from the Hussman School of Journalism and Media at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics. This is Sports Extra.
Introduce yourself first.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Cindy Luhu.
And I'm your host, Steve Harvey.
Cam, or should I say Steve, I don't know about you, but I've been spooked by our football team just a few too many times this season.
Yeah, Cindy, I'm going to have to agree with you, but I'm hoping our basketball team can bring more tricks and the treats.
That's right, Cam. The Tar Heels were back in action at the Smith Center on Wednesday night, and they didn't disappoint. The Tar Heels cruised past Winston-Salem State in the exhibition game, winning 95-53. Freshman forward Caleb Wilson led the way with 23 points and 10 rebounds, showing why he's one of UNC's most hyped newcomers. Jaron Stevenson added 11 points off efficient shooting, while the Heels locked in defensively, holding the Rams to less than 30% from the field. It was a strong tune-up before the regular season tips off on Monday.
Something I've had to learn, like through things like everybody wants something. Nobody's here to just sit on the bench. Nobody's here to just have fun. Like, people want what you got, so you definitely got to compete every day.
Cam, I'm really excited about this basketball season, but you know what I'm most excited about? Club sports. You know I play club volleyball. You used to be on the team, so what club sports are you looking forward to this season?
Yeah, Bethany, back in my volleyball days, one sport that always stood out to me before practice was handball.
That's right, Cam. They practiced right before us, and we got to see them practice a little bit. So the UNC Women's Club Handball Club is making waves this season. Champ Lyerly takes us courtside to learn more about the team's growing success and what makes handball such a unique part of Carolina athletics.
Members of the Carolina Women's Handball Club are the national champions in the college handball world, and they're hoping to win another title this spring.
My name is Sadie Smith, and this was my third year playing handball here at UNC Chapel Hill. I am the social media coordinator and co-social chair. I was looking for like a new funky sport to try out, and then I came to handball practice, and I recruited my roommate, and now we play together, and it's been really, really fun. So last year we went to college nationals at JMU, which is like the national championship for collegiate handball, and we won. And so now we're national champions. We beat West Point. I believe it was like 17-16, but we're national champions. Handball is a super fun way to stay active and also make new friendships. We travel every year as well, and we're national champions. So if you're interested in joining, you should definitely check out our Instagram and then come to practice.
Today we're at Fetzer Gym A, where the UNC women's handball team meets every Monday and Wednesday from 6:15 to 7:45 in hopes of winning another national championship.
I'm a junior here at Chapel Hill, and I've been playing handball for the past 3 years with my roommate Sadie. But I knew it was going to be fun. The girls were very inviting, and I feel like it's a very welcoming space. I've had a lot of fun, and we won a national championship. If you want to come, our practices are Mondays and Wednesdays, and our Instagram is Carolina W Handball, run by me.
The Carolina Women's Handball Club hopes to keep building momentum and inspiring more students to give the sport a try and get involved. I'm Champ Lyerly, reporting.
The women's handball team is bringing serious energy to the court this year, and if they keep playing like this, it's shaping up to be another standout season. Now, let's move on to another sport that knows how to represent Carolina on the court. It's time for Family Feud UNC Volleyball Edition. With me, I have our volleyball analyst, Marilee, too, and we're going to test her volleyball knowledge. Marilee, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's an honor to be here with the Steve Harvey.
You know, all right, so let's get into it. The question for today: who would be the MVP of the season if the season ended right now?
Wow, that's a hard question. I guess first, I feel like we all know who I'm going to say. Sophie Hampton will be my guest. On the ACC preseason watch list, and the whole conference in general fears her. She's dynamic in the back row and in the front row. She leads the team in kills. I have to say Sophie.
All right, good answer, Marilee, but let's see what the survey says. Sophie Hampton, #1. Okay, starting strong, trying strong. Who you got next?
Okay. I really think we should give the setters their flowers. I'm talking about Zoe Barrett. She's had 5 double-doubles this season. She's dynamic. She knows how to read the other team's opponents. She knows where to set the ball. I go Zoe Barrett.
Survey says. All right, 2 for 2.
Oh, I'm killing it.
Okay, Marilee, you're on fire. Who you got next?
Okay. I think we're going to go back to the front court. I'm saying Chelsea Thorpe. We all remember her game against ECU. She can play. on the right side and the outside. I've seen her do both, and she's a great blocker. Let's go, Chelsea Thorpe.
Survey says, all right, 20 points there. You're racking up those points there. Can you go 4 for 4?
Okay. I mentioned Zoe, so I feel like I should mention another defensive player. That would be libero Maddie May. She has a career high of 26 kills. She and Zoe are a dynamic duo. She goes after every ball. She's aggressive. She has fearless. Let's go, Maddie May.
Moment of truth. Survey says 4 for 4. Come on, Marilyn, give me a high five. There you go. Thank you for playing with me.
Thank you for having me, Steve, and I'm glad I know a little bit about volleyball.
Yeah. All right, Bethany, back to you.
Thanks, you guys. That was so fun. Marilee definitely knows her UNC volleyball team, but tonight there's another spooky matchup. The 21st ranked volleyball team hosts the 7th ranked SMU in a frightening Halloween showdown. Despite a tight loss against top-ranked Louisville, the Heels sit atop the ACC standings and are now warmed up to face tough competition. SMU is on an 8-match winning streak thanks to hitter Malaya Jones, who is the ACC Offensive Player of the Week. Jones racked up 16 kills and 4 blocks on Sunday against the Wolfpack and broke a program record for single-match hitting percentage. The Heels must lock in on defense, focusing on strategic blocks at the net by Chelsea Thorpe and Lainey Smith and a tough back row. First serve is tonight at 6. All right, Cam, we just talked about a really spooky matchup coming up. The spooky season is really hitting us hard. It's very cold outside. We had a rainy week. I'm looking for sunshine tonight when we go trick-or-treating.
Yeah, but those temperatures are dropping, but like you said, I'm trying to go trick-or-treating tonight. So let's pass it over to our meteorologist, Steven, who's looking a little slim shady today for this weekend's forecast.
Thank you, guys. I know you guys were expecting a meteorologist, but you are stuck with Eminem today for your forecast. So for our Halloween night, 6 p.m., 58 degrees. It's not too bad outside, but once that sun goes down, it is going to cool down pretty quick. 49 degrees at 9 p.m. and getting all the way down to 44 degrees at midnight. So if you are going to be outside tonight, just be aware that it is going to be very, very chilly. So looking at our radar here, this is for Monday. So we are going to have a great weekend, very sunny skies. We'll get to that in a minute. But this is for Monday, and Monday we are going to see a system come up from the Gulf of Mexico, and it is going to be bring some rain. And so if you do have a early commute that morning for class or for work, just be aware that there may be some rainy conditions outside for you. All right, let's take a look at our weekend forecast here. So Saturday, great. It's going to be a great day. A little chilly outside, 63 degrees. Sunday, also a little chilly, 63. But we are going to see that cloud cover start to come in later in the evening. And then Monday, we are going to see that rain in the morning, though it's just in the morning. So later in the evening, we are going to see just some mostly clouds throughout the rest of the day. And then Tuesday, it's going to warm up a little bit, 65 degrees and a little cloudy. But before I leave you guys, I have one more slide for you guys. So this is daylight savings time. So looking at Sunday, the sun sets at 6:22 p.m. Not anything crazy, but once we go over to Monday, the sun's going to set at 5:23. 5:23, that's very, very early. So it is going to get dark very early. It's not all bad, though, because that Sunday evening, we are going to get an extra hour of sleep. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited about that extra hour. What do you guys think?
Steven, I am excited about the extra hour of sleep, but I'm not excited about the early night. Now, we just talked with Steven, but we're going to another Steven. Carolina hockey is highly competitive club sport here on campus. Our reporter Lindley Johnson spoke with head coach Steve Rice about his experiences shaped the way he coaches the Heels.
I love going to work every day. And not a lot of people get to say that, but every day I woke up, whether the team was in a rut, I was in a rut, I still love going to the rink.
Steve Rice was a first-round draft pick and played 8 seasons for the NHL. At 28, he had to retire early due to concussions.
For 10, 12 years, I'd have dreams that I was getting ready for training camp, and I couldn't find my elbow pad or my skate, and I couldn't get out on the ice, but I could hear them playing. And, so whether the backstory to that is I still really miss the game, and I still felt like I could contribute and play.
Carolina hockey practices here at the Orange County Sportsplex under the leadership of head coach Steve Rice. He joined our Heels on ice last season.
At the end of a weekend, and we're just hanging out, having dinner together, he'll tell us some stories from when he played and, guys he's played with that are pretty much legends in the NHL and how he became friends with them. And how he's learned from them.
They're just the kind of things that you dream about your whole life, like those kinds of experiences. So when he talks, like again, you listen, and it adds a level of respect to him as a coach too, knowing that he has that pedigree.
Rice said he coaches to give back since he had the opportunity to play at the highest level.
At the end of the season, I want them to say they love hockey just as much or more than they did before the season started. And if they do, I feel like I've done my job.
I am Lindley Johnson reporting.
Coming up, Carolina hockey faces ECU at Carolina Ice Zone on November 7th.
Let's take it from the ice rink to Karen Shelton Stadium as UNC football is set to close out the regular season at home in a battle of the Blues as they take on number 8 Duke tonight. The Tar Heels are the top-ranked team in the nation and will be looking to head into the ACC tournament strong. Carolina will be hoping for a big performance from Danny Mendez, who leads the team with 12 assists. Duke failed to score the last time the two teams met and will be hoping top scorer Elena McVeigh will add to their tally of 10 goals this season. It's a big one at Karen Shelton Stadium, starting at 6 p.m. The men's soccer team will also host Duke tonight for a final game of the regular season. After losing to Syracuse, the Heels hope to get back in the win column before the start of postseason play. UNC is fighting against Virginia Tech, Notre Dame, and Duke for a top 8 seed in the ACC tournament, with tonight's results determining where the Heels might stand. Duke will want to keep an eye on UNC's top scorer leader, Nacho Avial, who leads the team with 5 goals and 8 assists. Kickoff is at 8 at Dorrance Field. 2 sports, 1 rivalry, and a big weekend in Chapel Hill. Ellie and Sophia, what do the Heels need to do to handle Duke?
Tonight is a big night. Duke picked Halloween to come to Chapel Hill, and honestly, brave choice. 2 rivalry matchups under the lights, and the Heels are ready to make it a little spooky for the Blue Devils.
Both teams are closing out their regular season against their Tobacco Road rivals. Feels like the perfect night for some tricks, treats, and maybe a few nightmares for the Blue Devils.
Sophia, coming off a blowout win against Richmond, what can we expect going into the field hockey game?
Well, as we can see, this is the 99th time that these two teams are facing off. The Tar Heels have a huge lead. They're winning 86-12, and they have a 12-game winning streak against the Blue Devils. There's 5 Tar Heels that will be playing their last game at Karen Shelton Stadium, so there's going to be a lot of emotions tonight, including sisters Kara and Riley Heck, and transfer Danny Mendez. Now, if Wake loses and we win tonight, we could potentially have the number 1 seed in the ACC playoffs. Now, Ellie, tell me a little bit, what's going on at this game tonight at Dorrance?
Well, to start, it's senior night, so we can expect emotions to be high. That alone, it's also ACC seeding on the line, so that's going to bring a lot of more emotions on as well. UNC leads the rivalry in the past matchups, so they're trying to keep that streak alive against a powerful Duke team. But Duke's entering on a strong streak. They're going to be hard to manage, and we're going to have to play our best.
There's a lot of emotions tonight. It should make for 2 really exciting games.
I agree. Now, can we dive a little bit more into what's going on behind the scenes with field hockey?
Yeah, I mean, it's truly going to be a battle of one of the best offenses in the country against one of the best defenses. Now, UNC is currently ranked 2nd nationally, averaging 4.12 goals per game. But Duke is pretty notorious for shutting out teams. I mean, they've held 7 different teams to no goals so far. UNC has not been shut out since 2021. Hopefully they can keep that streak alive, but emotions, like we said, are going to fly, so who knows what's going to happen tonight. Can you dive a little bit deeper what's going to go down at Dorrance and what we should look out for?
Yes, well, it's going to be a battle between the keepers. We have Andrew Cordes, who's had 8 clean sheets in the past few games. But Duke has Eric DeMora. He's a strong stopper as well. So between the two, it's going to be hard to score. That's where our offense comes into play. We've got Nacho Abial. He's proved himself. 5 goals and 8 assists. He's a playmaker and hard to stop. But Keenan Hott, he's coming in hot. He's a midfield creator. He's going to be someone our defense needs to watch and keep in mind.
Well, hopefully it's going to be all tricks for Duke, all treats for the Tar Heels, and we're going to send the Blue Devils back to Durham with their baskets empty. Back to you guys at the desk.
Great stuff, Ellie and Sophia. A huge Halloween rivalry weekend ahead in Chapel Hill. We'll be watching both matchups as the Tar Heels look to take care of business against Duke. And moving on, the Tar Heels capped off regular season play and celebrated senior night with an intense showdown versus NC State last night. Carolina came out strong, maintaining possession for much of the first half. In minute 29, Bella Gaetino fed a long ball to Kate Fossey, whose head brushed the ball to a ready-to-strike Bella Davy, giving Carolina the lead 1-0. Before halftime, the Wolfpack sought to even the score, but an epic save by goalkeeper Hannah Johan would leave them scoreless. In a close call, NC State's Mana Nakata drove toward the goal, but Gaetino intercepted the shot using a strong leg. The Heels recorded their first shutout of the season in a 1-0 victory versus the Wolfpack and to end the regular season.
I've had waves today of just, crying, happiness, whatever it was. I'm just so grateful for my time here. And I don't think I would have thought that maybe this could be my last game at Torrance right now, but I'm so happy to go out the way we just did because I'm so grateful for the people I'm around, and the time I've had here has been nothing short of a roller coaster, but nothing I would ever want to do differently, and I'm just happy it ended like this way.
What's something in the next?
Cam, I know it's a little bit scary, spooky, knowing that they're not going into the ACC tournament, but let's toss it over to the last regular season matchups with Malik to hear more about last night's win.
Thanks, Bethany. The Heels were in a bit of a pickle this season. I mean, they were coming off a 23rd national championship win, but having a roller coaster of a season. But there was consistency in performances from seniors like Olivia Thomas, Tessa Delarose, and Kate Fossey. And there is nothing spookier than thinking about the seniors leaving. So in honor of senior night last night, I thought it was only fair we take a look at their gameplay and highlight some of their strengths. So as we have here, Olivia Thomas, Tessa Delarose, and Kate Fossey. Olivia Thomas was out last night due to injury, so let's turn it over to Kate Fossey. And I just couldn't not talk about this play because I think it really highlights Fossey's intelligence and her teammates' ability to depend on her, because we've got the long shot from Gaetino, we've got Fossey right there, and then Bella Davy. But she's going to shoot it in, and then we're going to slow it down to really analyze what is happening with Fossey's performance here. So, as we can see, Fossey's athleticism has gotten her down the field. She has sprinted already. She has turned her body to position it towards the ball. And then here she's going to get some insane air, tuck her head, being able to make sure that she's able to send that ball up for her teammate, Bella Davy, who she can really rely on to finish the job here. And we'll speed it back up. Now turning it over to another performance from Tessa Delarose, an on-the-field perspective we have here. She started off her season with some injury, but she's had a lot of good touches being back on the pitch. And now here is just one example of her power and ability to control the ball, setting it up for her teammates to finish the job or pretty close to it. Now, while it is disappointing that the Heels won't be in the ACC tournament, the silver lining is that, as that Kate Fossey said, is that they have time to rest and prepare for the NCAA tournament in just a few weeks. Back to you guys at the desk.
Fans are really excited to see the Heels back on the pitch for the NCAA tournament in just a few weeks. Now, there's nothing spookier than a UNC football matchup. The Tar Heels take on Fran Brown's Orange on Halloween, looking to grab their first conference win of the season. The Orange are coming off a 41-16 defeat by number 16 Georgia Tech. Syracuse picked up its lone conference win in late September against Clemson, but since quarterback Steve Angeli's season-ending Achilles injury, the Orange have struggled, still trying to find consistency in a single caller. Freshman Ricky Collins, who thrown 8 interceptions in 6 games, the most in the ACC, is expected to split snaps with Braden Carney tomorrow. The Tar Heels still searching for the first conference win, hoping to take advantage of a shaky Syracuse defense ranked 16th in the ACC. Now, the Beta fraternity flag football team isn't just winning, they're running through opponents. Adair Martin and Jason Pattinson show us that former college athletes on the roster, Beta has turned to intramural fields into their own highlight reel.
Week after week, they've stacked wins and blown out every team in their path. This group's been together for 4 years, and it shows. Their routes, time passes, and chemistry come from 4 seasons of playing side by side.
I think we're just a well put together squad. We're a lot taller than everyone else, which helps, and they're pretty slow, which also helps.
But there's more to Beta's dominance than height and hustle. A few of their players once wore real helmets and pads. Former football players who now bring that same edge and discipline to the flag field.
They definitely help a lot. think Belichick cutting them definitely led to a lot of our success on the flag field.
That mix of experience and raw athleticism has sparked debate across intramural sports. Is it fair for teams stacked with former athletes to go up against everyday students?
Yeah, it's definitely not very fair, but I like it. I mean, now they're amateurs, former real athletes, and the rest of us are so below real athletes that I think it all evens out in the end.
Still, fairness doesn't stop the competition from getting fierce. Players describe the games as friendly battles that quickly turn serious once the whistle blows.
We skip events to be able to play the game, but it's even more fun when it gets competitive and a little bit heated.
And for the former football players, the game just feels easier, more instinctive, more controlled, and a lot more fun.
Yeah, the game's definitely slowed down quite a lot. You can see it in front of your eyes pretty clearly, and it makes them a lot more fun.
We pretty much just dominate.
Yeah.
For Beta, flag football isn't just a pastime. It's proof that once you've played at a higher level, it really never leaves you. I'm Adair Martin reporting.
Once an athlete, always an athlete. Beta's proving experience really does make a difference on the flag football field. Experience also makes a difference on the court. The women's basketball team might have found their front woman in junior Renaya Kelly, who is now on the Naismith preseason watch list. Kelly averaged 9.6 points per game during a breakout sophomore season, earning her All-ACC second-team honors. This year, Kelly looks to become the go-to playmaker for the Heels, and her efforts haven't gone unnoticed, being only one of 50 players named to the Naismith watch list nationally.
The number 11 UNC women's basketball faced off the number 2 South Carolina on Thursday night in a top 15 preseason exhibition matchup. Louisville transfer Nyla Harris led North Carolina with a 14-point and 10-rebound double-double. Despite 4 other Tar Heels in the double digits, UNC fell to the Gamecocks 91-82.
Now it's time to check out the play you voted as your favorite from Monday's show on our Instagram. Kate Fossey takes home this week's Play of the Week after her incredible header goal in UNC's match against Syracuse this past week. The crowd went wild as she sent the ball straight into the back of the net, a perfect finish that sealed the win for the Tar Heels. There's a lot of spooky games going on this weekend, but I don't know about you, Bethany, I've got a game show to host.
And I've got to go find Christmas, so that does it for this edition of Sports Extra.
Join us on Monday for another recap of exciting weekend of Carolina athletics.
Happy Halloween!